Every single person sitting here today has something extraordinary inside them. You have greatness within you. The question is, do you know who you truly are? Most people walk through life never understanding their true potential. They live far below their capabilities because they've never taken the time to truly understand themselves. They follow paths chosen by others, chase goals that don't align with their values, and wonder why they feel unfulfilled despite their achievements. The most important question you will ever ask yourself is, who am I? Your answer to this question shapes everything in your life, your career choices, your relationships, your happiness, and ultimately your success. When you know who you are, you make decisions with clarity, you understand your purpose, you recognize your unique talents and abilities, you stop comparing yourself to others because you understand that your path is yours alone. I've spent decades studying success and achievement. I've interviewed thousands of high performers across every field. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that success starts with self-knowledge. The most successful people in the world have crystal clear understanding of who they are, what they want, and why they want it. Today, I'm going to show you how to answer this crucial question for yourself. I'm going to give you practical tools to understand your true identity beyond the roles you play or the expectations others have of you. This is about discovering your authentic self, the person you were meant to be. The greatest tragedy in life isn't death. It's living without knowing who you really are. When you finish listening today, you'll have the roadmap to discover your true identity and unlock your full potential. Your journey to extraordinary achievement begins with this fundamental truth. You cannot become your best until you know who you are. The search for identity starts with understanding that you are not your past. You are not your job title. You are not your bank account or your possessions. These are external factors that may describe aspects of your life, but they do not define your core identity. Your true identity is composed of your character, your values, your natural talents, and your personal vision for your life. These elements form the foundation of who you are. Think of talk about you when you're not in the room. What do they say? What qualities do they mention? What impact do you have on others? This is a glimpse into your identity as others see it. But who you truly are goes deeper than others' perceptions. It's about the person you are when no one is watching. It's about the thoughts you think when you're alone. It's about the dreams you may have been afraid to pursue. To truly know yourself, you must ask and answer 3 fundamental questions. What are my natural talents and abilities? Every person is born with unique capabilities. Some people have analytical minds that see patterns and solve problems. Others have creative talents that allow them to innovate and inspire. Some have natural leadership abilities or extraordinary empathy. Your natural talents are the activities that energize rather than drain you. They're the tasks that put you in a state of flow where time seems to disappear. They're the skills that others notice and compliment you on. Make a list of the things you do well naturally. What comes easily to you that others find difficult? What skills have you developed with less effort than your peers? What activities make you lose track of time? Your answers reveal the foundation of your natural talents. These are the building blocks of your identity and your potential for contribution. What are my core values? Your values are the principles you live by. They're what you stand for and what you won't stand for. They're the beliefs that guide your decisions and behavior. Is it excellence? Is it family? Is it integrity? Is it creativity? Is it helping others? Is it continuous learning? When you live in alignment with your values, you feel congruent and at peace. When you violate your values, you feel internal conflict and stress. Many people never take the time to identify their core values. As a result, they make decisions that conflict with what truly matters to them. They chase success as defined by others rather than success as defined by their own standards. Take a moment to think about the times in your life when you felt most fulfilled, most proud, most alive. What values were you honoring in those moments? Those are clues to your core values. The third question, what is my vision for my life? Your vision is what you want to create, build, or become. It's the impact you want to have. It's your personal definition of a life well lived. Your vision pulls you forward. It gives meaning to your daily actions and decisions. It helps you prioritize what truly matters and let go of what doesn't. Without a clear vision, you're like a ship without a destination. You might be moving, but you're not really going anywhere meaningful. Your vision should excite you. It should be big enough to challenge you, but realistic enough that you believe it's possible. It should align with your natural talents and your core values. When you can answer these 3 questions about your talents, your values, and your vision, you begin to understand who you truly are. But knowing who you are is only the beginning. You must also understand what's preventing you from fully expressing your authentic self. The biggest obstacle to living authentically is self-limiting beliefs. These are the negative stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough education. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have the right connections. I'm not creative. I'm bad with money. These limiting beliefs act like invisible barriers, holding you back from pursuing your true potential. They create a ceiling on your achievement and happiness. The truth is, most of these beliefs aren't facts. They're interpretations of past experiences or messages you receive from others. They're stories you've told yourself so many times that you've accepted them as truth. But here's what's fascinating. Your beliefs create your reality. What you believe about yourself shapes your actions, and your actions create your results. If you believe you're not good at public speaking, you'll avoid opportunities to speak. This reinforces your belief because you never develop the skill. If you believe you can't be successful in business, you'll hesitate to take risks or pursue opportunities. This guarantees the outcome you feared. The good news is that beliefs can be changed. They're not permanent unless you make them permanent through repetition. The first step to changing limiting beliefs is to identify them. What negative stories do you tell yourself about who you are? What capabilities do you think you lack? What possibilities have you ruled out because of beliefs about your limitations? Once you've identified these beliefs, question them. Is this belief really true? What evidence do I have that contradicts this belief? How did I form this belief in the first place? Is it based on facts or interpretations? Replace limiting beliefs with empowering alternatives that align with your true identity. Instead of I'm not smart enough, try I am constantly learning and growing. Instead of I'm too old to start, try my experience gives me advantages others don't have. Your new beliefs should feel challenging but possible. They should stretch you without breaking credibility in your own mind. Remember, your beliefs are not who you are. They're tools that either serve you or limit you. Choose beliefs that support the expression of your authentic self. Now, where do these limiting beliefs come from? Many come from past conditioning. From early childhood, you've received messages about who you are and what you're capable of. Parents, teachers, friends, media, all have influenced your self-concept. Some of this conditioning was positive and empowering. Some was negative and limiting. All of it has shaped how you see yourself today. The problem is that much of this conditioning happened when you were too young to evaluate it critically. You accepted many messages as truth without questioning them. Now, as an adult, you have the power to examine this conditioning and decide which parts to keep and which to discard. Think about the messages you received growing up. Were you told you were smart or slow, athletic or clumsy, creative or practical? Were you encouraged to take risks or play it safe? Were you praised for achievement or for effort? These messages form the foundation of your self-identity, but they don't have to define you forever. Your past conditioning explains why you are where you are today, but it doesn't determine where you can go tomorrow. You can choose to accept new, empowering truths about yourself that align with your authentic identity. This brings us to a crucial point, taking full responsibility for your life. Knowing who you are means accepting that you, and only you, are responsible for your life. You can't blame your parents, your education, your boss, the economy, or anything else for where you are or where you're going. Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that's happened. It means acknowledging your power to respond to whatever happens. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies your freedom to choose. In your choice lies your growth and your happiness. When you take responsibility, you reclaim your power. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the architect of your future. This is liberating because it means nothing can stop you except yourself. No external obstacle is as powerful as your determination to overcome it. Taking responsibility also means accepting that you've created your current reality through your past choices, conscious or unconscious. If you don't like aspects of your reality, you can make different choices starting today. The moment you accept total responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you step into your authentic power. It's when you truly begin to live as the person you were meant to be. With self-knowledge and responsibility comes the power to set goals aligned with your true identity. Goal setting is a powerful process, but only when your goals reflect who you really are. Many people set goals based on what others expect of them or what society defines as success. This leads to achievement without fulfillment. When you set goals aligned with your authentic self, you experience both achievement and fulfillment. You create a life that expresses your unique talents, honors your core values, and moves you toward your personal vision. By looking at each area of your life, career, finances, health, relationships, personal development, and contribution. For each area, ask yourself, if I were living as my authentic self, what would I want to create in this area? Your answers should excite and energize you. They should feel like natural expressions of who you are, not obligations or shoulds. Write your goals in the present tense, as if they're already happening. I am earning $100,000 per year doing work I love. I am in excellent physical condition, full of energy and vitality. I have loving, supportive relationships with my family and friends. This present tense framing helps your subconscious mind accept these goals as reality. It begins working to align your actions with these statements. Set deadlines for your goals. Open-ended goals tend to remain dreams. Deadlines create urgency and focus. Break larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. This creates a clear path forward and allows you to experience success along the way. Review your goals daily. This keeps them front of mind and reinforces their importance. It also allows you to make adjustments as you gain new insights about yourself. Remember, goals are not set in stone. As you grow and evolve, your goals may change. That's not failure. It's growth. Stay flexible and willing to adjust your goals as your understanding of yourself deepens. Now, knowing yourself isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Here are practical habits that strengthen your self-awareness over time. Start each day with reflection. Before the demands of the day begin, take a few minutes to connect with yourself. Ask what matters most today. How can I express my authentic self in the hours ahead? Practice mindfulness throughout the day. Notice your thoughts, emotions, and reactions without judgment. This awareness helps you distinguish between your conditioned responses and your authentic choices. Take it with evaluation. Ask yourself, when did I feel most alive today? When did I feel drained? What did I learn about myself? These questions deepen your self-knowledge over time. Keep a journal. Writing clarifies thinking. It helps you recognize patterns in your behavior and thinking. It creates a record of your growth that you can review and learn from. Seek feedback from others. While your self-perception is important, others often see aspects of you that you miss. Ask trusted friends or colleagues, what strengths do you see in me? When do you see me at my best? Create regular time for solitude. In our busy, connected world, it's rare to be truly alone with your thoughts. Yet solitude is essential for deep self-knowledge. Schedule time without distractions to simply be with yourself. Practice saying no to what doesn't align with your authentic self. Each time you decline something that doesn't reflect your values or vision, you strengthen your commitment to who you truly are. These daily practices may seem small, but their cumulative effect is powerful. This brings us to an important principle, the compound effect. Small actions, repeated consistently over time, create massive results. This is true for building wealth, improving health, and developing self-knowledge. If you spend just 15 minutes each day in self-reflection, that's over 90 hours in a year dedicated to understanding yourself better. Those 90 hours can transform your self-awareness and consequently your life. Consistency matters more than intensity. A daily 15-minute reflection practice will yield better results than an occasional weekend retreat because it becomes integrated into your life. The compound effect works because small actions build habits, and habits shape character. Your character, who you consistently are, determines your destiny. Think about it this way. Who you are today is the result of thousands of small choices you've made over your lifetime. Who you'll be in 5 years will be determined by the choices you make starting today. The compound effect also works with your self-talk. The way you speak to yourself shapes your self-perception. Positive, affirming self-talk, repeated consistently, rewires your self-image over time. Create affirmations that reflect your authentic identity. I am creative and resourceful. I make decisions with confidence and clarity. I contribute value in everything I do. Repeat these affirmations daily, preferably while looking in a mirror. This may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if they contrast with your current self-image. But persistence changes your neural pathways and eventually your self-perception. Remember, the compound effect works whether you're conscious of it or not. You're either reinforcing your authentic self or your conditioned limitations with each thought and action. Choose consciously. Let me share some stories of transformation through self-knowledge that illustrate these principles in action. John was a successful corporate executive who, by all external measures, had made it. He had the title, the salary, the respect of his peers, but he felt increasingly empty and stressed. During a health scare that forced him to pause, he realized he'd been living someone else's definition of success. Through deep self-reflection, John recognized that his natural talents were in teaching and mentoring, not in corporate politics. His core values included making a direct impact on others' lives, not maximizing shareholder value. His vision was to help young people develop their potential, not climb higher on the corporate ladder. This self-knowledge gave him the courage to make a dramatic change. He left his executive position and became a teacher and coach. His income dropped by half initially, but his fulfillment more than doubled. Today, he's built a successful educational consulting practice that honors his authentic self while providing financial security. Then there's Maria, a talented artist who had suppressed her creative gifts to pursue a practical career in accounting. For years, she told herself that art was just a hobby, not a viable profession. Her limiting belief was that creative people can't make a good living. Through a process of questioning her beliefs and recognizing her true talents, Maria began to see possibilities she'd previously dismissed. She started creating art in her free time and gradually built a following online. She experimented with different business models until she found one that worked for her, creating custom artwork for corporate spaces. Within 3 years, Maria had built an art business that matched her accounting salary. She made the transition to full-time artist and has never looked back. By aligning her career with her authentic self, she found both creative fulfillment and financial success. And consider Robert, who grew up in a family where the message was clear. People like us don't go to college. We work with our hands. He accepted this conditioning and became a construction worker after high school, despite being a voracious reader and naturally curious. In his late 30s, Robert finally questioned this limiting belief. Was it really true that he couldn't succeed academically? He enrolled in a community college evening program while continuing to work days. To his surprise, he excelled. His life experience gave him perspective and discipline that many younger students lack. He went on to earn a bachelor's degree and eventually a master's in urban planning. Today, Robert combines his practical construction knowledge with his education to work as a consultant on affordable housing projects. His unique combination of hands-on experience and theoretical knowledge makes him especially valuable. They share a common thread. Transformation began with self-knowledge. Each person had to recognize their authentic talents, values, and vision before they could create lives that expressed their true identity. Their journeys weren't easy or quick. They faced doubts, setbacks, and fears. But their connection to their authentic selves provided the motivation to persist through challenges. Your story can follow a similar path. It begins with the courage to ask, who am I really beneath the roles and expectations I've accepted? A powerful way to crystallize your self-knowledge is to create a personal mission statement. This is a concise expression of who you are and what you stand for. Unlike a goal, which has a specific endpoint, a mission statement is an ongoing declaration of purpose. It serves as a decision-making filter and a compass for your life. Your mission statement should reflect your unique talents, your core values, and your vision. It should feel deeply personal and meaningful to you. Here's a simple format to follow. I'm your qualities and strength, what you do or how you serve, because your why or deeper purpose. Or example, I am a creative problem solver and compassionate listener who helps others overcome obstacles and discover their potential, because I believe every person has unique gifts to share with the world. I am a disciplined innovator and determined achiever who creates solutions that improve efficiency and effectiveness, because progress comes from challenging the status quo with practical alternatives. Your mission statement should be short enough to memorize, but comprehensive enough to capture your essence. It should feel both aspirational and authentic, stretching you while still being true to who you are. Write several drafts. Share it with people who know you well and ask for their feedback. Does it sound like you? Does it capture what makes you unique? Refine it until it resonates deeply with your sense of self. Once you have a mission statement that feels right, use it daily. Review it each morning. Ask yourself regularly, are my actions aligned with this mission? Am I living as the person described in this statement? Your mission statement isn't permanent. As your self-knowledge deepens, you may refine or revise it. That's not inconsistency, it's growth. Where do you start? How do you begin this journey of self-discovery? You start right here, right now, with a commitment to know yourself more deeply. Make time each day for self-reflection. Ask yourself the 3 fundamental questions about your talents, values, and vision. Write down your answers and review them regularly. Identify your limiting beliefs and consciously choose empowering alternatives. Notice when your past conditioning is driving your decisions rather than your authentic self. And take full responsibility for your life as it is now and as it will be in the future. Set goals that align with your true identity. Practice the daily habits that strengthen your self-awareness. Create your personal mission statement and use it as a guide for your decisions and actions. Remember, knowing who you are is not a destination. It's a journey. Your understanding of yourself will deepen and evolve over time. Be patient with the process and celebrate each new insight. The rewards of self-knowledge are immeasurable. When you live as your authentic self, you experience more energy, more fulfillment, more meaningful success, and more satisfying relationships. You become the author of your life rather than a character in someone else's story. You create a legacy that reflects your unique contribution to the world. So I ask you again, do you know who you are? If the answer is not yet a confident yes, that's okay. You've taken the first step by considering this question. The journey to self-knowledge is the most important journey you'll ever take. It's the foundation for everything else you want to achieve and experience. Start today. Your authentic self is waiting to be discovered and expressed. Your greatest achievements will come when you fully become the person you were meant to be. The world needs your unique gifts, but first you need to know what they are. The answer to who am I isn't found in others' opinions or society's expectations. It's found within you, waiting to be recognized and embraced. Play now's now. Your journey begins with a single question. Who am I really? Answer that question, and you unlock the door to your extraordinary life. Now, let me share with you what happens when you truly understand who you are. The transformation extends to every area of your life. In your career, knowing yourself means you stop chasing positions that look good on paper but drain your energy. You seek work that uses your natural talents and aligns with your values. This alignment creates what psychologists call flow. That state where time disappears because you're so engaged in what you're doing. When you're in flow, you're more productive, more creative, and more valuable to any organization. The best careers aren't found. They're created. When you know yourself, you can customize your work to fit who you are, rather than trying to fit yourself into a predetermined role. This might mean crafting a unique position within your company, starting your own business, or bringing your authentic self more fully to your current work. In your relationships, self-knowledge transforms how you connect with others. When you understand your own values and needs, you communicate them clearly. You set healthy boundaries. You choose relationships that support your authentic self, rather than relationships that require you to pretend to be someone you're not. You also become more accepting of others because you recognize that their differences aren't threats, but simply expressions of their unique identities. This acceptance creates deeper, more meaningful connections. In your financial life, knowing yourself prevents the trap of lifestyle inflation, spending more simply because you earn more. Instead, you spend in alignment with your true values. You might choose to live simply in some areas so you can invest generously in the areas that truly matter. This doesn't mean denying yourself pleasure. It means finding pleasure in what truly resonates with your authentic self, rather than what society tells you should make you happy. In your health, self-knowledge helps you create sustainable practices. Rather than following the latest trends, you discover the types of movement that energize you, the foods that make you feel your best, and the rest patterns that restore you. These personalized approaches are far more effective than generic prescriptions. Perhaps most importantly, knowing yourself changes how you measure success. Instead of comparing yourself to others, a guaranteed path to dissatisfaction, you evaluate yourself against your own standards. Are you becoming more fully yourself? Are you expressing your unique gifts? Are you creating a life that feels meaningful to you? This personal measure of success brings a peace that external validation never can. It frees you from the endless treadmill of trying to impress others or meet constantly shifting societal expectations. When you know who you are, you become resilient in the face of criticism. Not everyone will understand or approve of your authentic path. Some may question or criticize your choices, especially if they differ from conventional expectations. When your sense of self comes from within rather than from others' opinions, criticism loses its sting. You can consider feedback thoughtfully without being devastated by it. You can distinguish between useful criticism that helps you grow and irrelevant criticism that's more about the critic than about you. This resilience is increasingly valuable in our hyper-connected world, where opinions are abundant and often unsolicited. Knowing yourself gives you an internal compass that keeps you oriented regardless of external input. Finally, self-knowledge gives your life coherence. Instead of feeling like a collection of disconnected roles and responsibilities, your life becomes an integrated expression of who you are. Your choices make sense because they reflect a consistent core identity. This coherence creates a sense of meaning that's profoundly satisfying. You're not just doing random activities. You're expressing your authentic self in everything you do. So I challenge, make self-knowledge your highest priority. Invest time and energy in understanding who you truly are. This investment yields returns in every area of your life, creating success that's both meaningful and sustainable. The question, do you know who you are, isn't just philosophical. It's intensely practical. Your answer shapes everything about how you live and what you ultimately contribute to the world.